Hello, it's me, Dua Lipa, and it's that time of the week once again. Welcome to the Departure Lounge YouTube channel with your host, Tom Whittle, your ticket to the home of the fantastic quiz, Quizness Jet, the brilliant Battle of the Liveries, and the manic Model Mania. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, okay?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me diamonds and a star!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Battle of the Liveries. Oh, hello. We're in different places. Hang on. Let's do that again. I have no idea if that showed on the screen because it didn't show it on mine. So I'm assuming it came up. However, it's been a while. Hello. How is everybody? Welcome along to the Battle of the Liveries number 7 here on the Departure Lounge YouTube channel. I hope you are well. It's good to be back. Big thank you to Wayne, first of all, for filling in for the time that I've been recovering with the rotten COVID. But yeah, we're all good to go. So everything is wonderful. We are in for quite an evening this evening, judging by the picks picked by our competitors here. So we'll say hello to them. First of all, challenger as always, master chef, food connoisseur, and future restaurant owner, Jack Rolls is here. Hi, Jack.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm all right now. I can taste and smell things once again. How are you?
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. been really getting out the content as usual on Instagram and that. So been doing a lot more airports. I'm not going to say where because I know exactly who's in the chat and watching.
If only I had the sound effect. But no, fair enough. You've been a busy boy, going to loads of different places. Your choices this evening. Obviously, I know you've got them from Google because I will be testing you on every single one that you have picked. But how do you think you're going to
do? To be honest, I'm not confident at all.
Oh, we're in for a fun time. And of course, our reigning defending champion of Battle of the Liveries is, of course, Gemma. Welcome along, Gemma.
Well, thank you.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Glad to see you feeling better. Yes. Given the incident today, yes.
Given the incident, yes. But other than that, you're well.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Good stuff. Now, as a returning champion, you'll know it's quite difficult to pick your favourite liveries, but probably even worse to pick your worst liveries if the list goes on and you have to find some more to pick. Was it as tricky as you sort of would expect to pick another 10?
It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, but I think I've done pretty well.
I think you've done. Yeah, I think you've done well. I think you both have done well with your choices tonight. I think it's going to be quite interesting indeed. Quick shout out to Max as well, by the way, who's already been timed out twice before we've even gone live. So doing well there, son. Anyway, let's say hello to those that are in the chat and go from there. So first of all, we have got David, who has asked, has Jack stopped drinking yet? after having a beer-based breakfast? I think that's a genuine question, Jack. I think we'll wait for an answer. Have you stopped drinking yet?
I'm on the coffee this time.
He's on the coffee. Yes, he's got a hangover already. Is the mug broken? By the way, that looks like the handle's broken.
No, it's a llama mug.
Oh, it's a llama mug. What a weird handle. What a weird handle. Okay. Okay. Rob Brown, evening to you, says, Jack, did you hear the Swiss aerobatic team are going to Riyadh?
Yeah.
Fiver in the pot. So hello to you. We'll run through some names very quickly as well. Owen Flemo, evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Carl Crawford, hello to you. Don't have it, so I can't do it. Max is there. For how long, I don't know. Dogwood, Ian Hartley, of course. Hello to you. One of the guys who timed Max out. Of course, Steve being the other one. Hello to you both. Hope you're well. Ian Hartley as well. Hello to you. Darren Graham, Michael Painter. Gail is there. Mark is there. Keep going here. Wayne is in there as well. Hello to you. Still going. Bernice Thompson, hello. Anyone that's in the Lurkers Lounge, hello to you as well. Otherwise, just give me the nod. Oh, you don't need the nod, Ian. Just use man's intuition. You'll know. But otherwise, let's get a cracking. So, Jim's there as well. Jim may as well get on the act as well. Make it a hat trick. Why not? So, Gemma and Jack have picked out 10 liveries today of the worst liveries that they can find, and it's going to be down to you guys in the chat when a poll goes in to decide who gets the round victory. Kev's here as well. Of course he is. How can I forget Kev? Kev's been a member now for 12 months, coming up with a 12-month members lounge membership. Says, I'm here as well. How rude. Sorry, Kev. I'm getting back to ways with this. Apologies. Also, Susie Stealth in the chat too says, hello, I'm lurking so far. Why not? Anyway, so let's kick things off then with the first of the... I figured. I thought so. Yeah, that's fine. That's all right. Welcome to you. Right, here we go then. Let's go for the first one. So Jack is going to kick us off first. And it's time to test his knowledge on airlines. Round one. Here we go. This airline is Luxwing, and this is the Dash 8 that the livery sits upon. Jack, tell us all about Luxwing and tell us what you know about them, please.
So it looks to be from the flag. It looks like either I don't fucking know.
I like that you've tried though.
9H. Actually, that's Maltese, ain't it?
Okay. Okay, so away from knowing what the airline is, Jack, the livery itself, please. What do you make of that?
I mean, it's too basic in my opinion. Just put in Luxwing in small letters. I mean, I get it's the airline, but come on, you're expecting it for an airline. You're expecting big, bold, street line down the middle. You're expecting a lot better than this.
Cool. Okay. So, Gemma, your thoughts on this one, please.
It's a bit plain, isn't it? There's just nothing really to say about it. I suppose it's got the name on it. It's got something on tail, at least, unlike the Air Hong Kong that I chose last time. But yeah, I think they probably could have put a bit more colour on it.
Okay. Let's have a look and see what the chat think whilst we get the poll underway for round one. So the poll will go into the chat, and then you will have a chance to decide which one. Not yet, obviously, but which one you will get, or you decide is the winner of the round. Remember, you are voting for the worst livery, not so much the person that's picked it. Which one is worse? So that's Jack's choice. Here comes Gemma's choice, which is an absolute hoot. Not so much livery choice, but the fact that they managed to fuck their own livery up. It's, of course, the infamous Cathay Patchich livery, which had adorned a 777. Why'd you pick it?
I think it's pretty obvious. I mean, if you can't spell your own airline right, you've got no hope going for you, have you?
It's interesting. Yeah, this obviously did the round when it happened. That they managed to get the wording completely wrong.
I think what makes it worse is there's not actually a gap where the F should have been.
No, no. I think that's the kind of that's the one where it's So this would have been printed exactly like that, without the space for the F. And I think it's just, I think that is quite funny. I think it's quite funny. A lot of people laughed when it happened, but there's a massive gap for Cathay and where Pacific is supposed to go. But maybe they just wanted to get the F out quickly. Jack, your thoughts then on the?
I mean, I expect that sort of thing from Max. I expect that sort of thing from Max. I mean, as Gemma said, if you can't spell your own name on a blinking airline, you should not be in a fucking job.
Just bear with me. I'm just going to type this in so I can get the. There we go. Happy days. Right. So yes. So it's an interesting choice for the first round. We'll go through and see what people think. I'm going to put the poll in the chat. So these are your choices once again. This is Gemma's with the Cathay Patchich livery, or Jack with the Luxwing that he knows so much about.
I know it's Maltese. That's about it.
Could just be the registration, but never mind. Right, here we go in the poll. So you've got a choice. You've got one vote. Go for it and see which one you prefer. Let's go through the chat and see what people do think about your choices. David Bone for Jack's choice says, "Yep, it's shite." Lots of people saying galleon effort as well. Mark saying a good effort for that one as well. Strong start. Rob Brown just comes out with dung. Jack's choice. Gail says half a logo. That's shite. Ian says, who thought the tail badge was a good idea?
Looks like a fidget spinner.
Fidget spinner. That was my first thought when I saw it. Rob says, talking of dung, now Tom can smell again. That should be familiar. Thanks, dude. Roast the host is in full swing already. Thank you. I can't say I've missed you. Jim also says the tail looks like a child's drawing of the Isle of Man legs for Jack's choice. Going off of Gemma's choice, Ian says they got the transfers from Etsy. Other online stores are available. Mark says, what else did they forget to install? Susie Stealth says it doesn't look like it would have fit even if they did have the F. That's what I'm saying about the gap. Let's have a look at the gap one more time.
Yeah, just how many people have actually looked at that before it's actually got through to being put on the plane? It's...
Someone had one job.
Yeah, it's not good.
They had one job. They painted the plane. All they had to do was apply the titles. And they completely missed it. What else we got here? Yeah, Jim says when you get a Cathay Pacific 777 from Wish. Ian on fine form says schoolboy error looks bloody Cathay pathetic.
Very good.
Yeah, very good indeed. Lee Class says boring livery is one thing, not spelling the operator name correctly is something else. And David says, yes, this wins a subscription to Shit Marketing Monthly. And Kev also mentioning it's not just about painting it, it's the person who signed it off as well. Fascinating. All right. Got a couple of minutes to vote. If you haven't done, make sure you do. Otherwise, we'll end the poll shortly. Gail says it's quite embarrassing for Cathay, to be honest. I remember when it did the rounds initially, and I thought it was like one of these like late April Fool jokes type thing. You know, you go, "Oh yeah, you've accidentally spelled it wrong" or something like that. No, sadly not. It's real.
Well, one thing I do know about that Lux Wing, it's actually in Southampton during the Southampton tomorrow morning. That exact livery.
Okay. There you go. So now they've heard all about your slagging off of them, and they're coming to get you. Ian says, are we voting for the best or the worst? I mean, technically you are voting for the worst. It is the worst liveries that these guys have picked. And you got to just vote for which one is basically the worst of the two. Otherwise, we're about to end the first round poll, which I will do now. And of course, Gemma takes the first round.
Thank you, everybody.
With the Cafe Patchich livery. So, yeah, Gemma goes 1-0 up. Least best. I mean, everyone says, yeah. Everyone, Jack wins, says Ian. No, it's basically the best, worst livery, as Kev's put it. Worst one of the two, basically. Right, round two. Here we go. We're going to go for, I think it's Gemma first. It is. This one is Gemma. Again, I feel like we've had this one before, but we'll go for it. It is the special livery on the Malaysian A330. Why'd you pick it?
Because it just looks a bit of a mishmash. It's not, it don't really flow well between the two parts, I don't think. And it's like the back end, you know, that's quite all right. The front end's like, you know, as if they've gone to Spirit because they've had a surplus of yellow paint. Very cheap.
It's a mixture of two liveries, essentially. So you've got the Negakuru livery at the back end and the special livery at the front. And I still don't know, even after the last time we had this, I still don't know what it is. But yes, it's see if it divides the room and see what people think about it. We'll get through that once it's up for voting. Jack, your thoughts on this one?
I mean, Darius, at any spot we want to capture a photo, but I mean, looking at the middle of it, it does not join up. It don't look on the because it goes from the yellow, white, and then to the Naguru bit, and then it's like, but
Thanks, Kev.
They've actually made the Malaysian Airlines a bit too small, so you can't even see the marketing on there.
I mean, I'm with a lot of people that, well, some people have put it in the chat, that they're not completely opposed to it. I'm not completely opposed to it. I like the fact that it's not just completely plain white like the Malaysian livery is anyway. But yeah, two special liveries going on at once. It's an interesting choice for sure. So that is Gemma's choice, Malaysian Airlines A330 with the double special livery. Here comes Jack's choice, which he reckons is quite controversial. We'll see just how controversial this is as we show it on screen. Here it comes. So, for what, again, I can't seem to find a decent picture of this one, but this is the 60th anniversary livery that the Red Arrows have got for this display season. Now, I'm interested, Jack. The floor is yours. Why did you pick this one as one of the worst liveries?
So I know the photo isn't the best, but on the side it's just got the 60th on the on where the on the tail fin and the back of the aircraft. If you're going to do the special thing for like a Jubilee or something, you've got. I mean, I'm not comparing this to any other display teams, but I'm sorry for this season, the Diamond Jubilee, they have got to do better.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to agree with Jack. I think I've got to agree. If you're going to do something for your 60th, you got a 60th anniversary, you've got to do something. I think that stands out quite a bit. To put very small titles on the tail and not really change much is not exciting. It's not exciting for me. I'm not excited to see the Reds anyway, but I'm not excited to be like, oh, must make sure I grab pictures of the very small titles that are on the tail. It's, yeah, I mean, again, controversial, but, you know, regardless of how people feel about the Red Arrows, whether they prefer them to this aerobatic display team, this team, it's kind of time for a little bit of a shake-up with the livery, I would say. But, again, probably me. Gemma, what do you make of Jack's choice here?
I don't know what to say. I mean, the Red Arrows and it's red. You know, it's.
I think I know why. I think Jack explained it quite well for the fact that he picked it with the fact that it is the 60th anniversary of the Red Arrows, and all you've got is very, very tiny titles on the tail, which can barely be seen.
Yeah, unless it's just like the preference, maybe just keep it a little bit classic. You know, not too over the top.
Jack, if you were to change it, what would you do?
I mean, dare I say it, I'm very, very, very hard on this, but from what I saw from the Saudi orgs from Saudi Arabia, and they have just came up with new livery, and I tell you one thing, they have got it spot on, and that for me is what something the Reds should have done. They should have just gone with a little bit of They should have thought, you know, what were the people like? What were the people like? You know, get yourselves onto social media or something. Get a special livery made up or something like that.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. We'll see what happens with this. So here are your choices once again. Gemma with the Malaysian A330. And Jack with the controversial choice of the Red Arrows. Again, I can see why it's been picked. But again, people's loyalty to the Red Arrows and everything else. You can sort of also...
Oh, Jackie.
Understand, yeah. Oh, Jackie. Understand everyone's sort of disapproval. But we'll see what happens. So here comes the poll for round 2. By the way, make that a hat trick. I think Max has gone to sleep once again. So let's get an idea for what people have put for the livery. So starting off with Gemma's choice. Jack's got backward Cadbury's. Starting off with Kev. Kev says for Gemma's choice, there's a lot going on there. Let's bring it back on the screen and I'll read out the comments here for what people are putting. So Kev says there's a lot going on there. David says, oh, now I quite like that. It has strong Lucasade vibes. Gail's gone down the route of its Love Honey's latest toy. I mean, sure, why not? Ian says that's really nice. Mark is not opposed to it. On the other hand, Carl is. He says it looks horrendous. Mark says, not sure why the tiger is emerging through a pair of tassely door curtains. Susie Stealth says, if you turn it sideways, the tail looks like a gazebo over a table. It's very true. Once you've seen it,
Yeah,
you can't
I can
unsee
see
it.
it. I can see that now. Yeah.
Once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. David also says it's very busy. Michael Painter is a fan of this one. He says, I like it. Wish I had a shot of it. Then we go on to Jack's choice of the red arrows. And Gail says, Jackie, what the hell? Wayne says, what the... Jack, put down the drink, jeez. Ian says, how dare Jack call the Reds? And also, can I time him out? Michael Painter says, don't know why this is picked. In formation, it will look good. Ian says, isn't the livery not only to make them look good, but parts of it are reference points for the other pilots during maneuvers? Go on, Jack. You know more about the military side than I do.
I mean, surely if they're side by side, surely they'll be looking at the cockpit, not the livery.
Well, Ian's gone for a straight up Gemma win. Jack should be ashamed of himself.
Oh no!
Oh, you're fucked, son. You're fucked.
How dare you call it the red arrows?
Didn't realise Ian was Indian. Anyway, so if you haven't voted, make sure you do. This is, of course, for round 2. And surprisingly, it is quite close so far.
To be fair, I am still going to get plenty of photos.
Oh, of course you will. Of course you will. And then we'll hear about it on Facebook, then Instagram. Then you'll ask me to show it off.
Hang on a minute, Jack. Didn't you call us out on your liveries and said it was shit? I don't fucking know, do I?
I'm gonna have a word with Gail, and when you go to the tattoo, I'll get her to have a word with the Reds and just mention that you said the livery was shit. Like, oh, Jackie, the Red Arrows are not happy with you, Jackie. Right, let's end round 2, and of course the points go to Gemma.
Hey.
With that one, I don't think that's a surprise. Rob says, where will you see them? Jack asking for a friend.
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. Well avoided. Still owe a £5. Right. Here comes round 3. We're going with Jack first, then Gemma.
Oh, here we go. What's this one?
Get your dabbers out, folks. It's bingo time. Bingo Airways and the A320. Jack, tell me about bingo, please.
I'm actually glad that Steve's on it, because he this reminded me so much of what he said on one of the shows.
Go on.
I can't fucking remember what he said.
Oh, how can it remind you then, Jack, if you don't remember?
But But this livery, I mean, dare I say it? I mean, it's not the best, is it?
It is not, and what I am a huge fan of is the fact that they've used Comic Sans as their font. For the technological people among us, with the font recognition of that sort of thing, they have used Comic Sans for their titles and everything else, which I think is such a lazy move.
Oh, fucking bingo wings!
Bingo wings, yeah, as Ian says. Yeah, I think this is proper lazy to use Comic Sans. Just a generic font that you find on a lot of things. Didn't think you'd see it on an airline though.
Nah.
But yes, smiley face at the front as well, red nose or red lipstick, depending on how you want to look at it. And no, Jack, I'm not talking about dog's lipstick either. But an interesting choice indeed. Gemma, what do you make of MasterChef Jack's choice?
Yeah, the font is really bugging me. It really is. And it's like you've got that much playing, if it's Bingo Airways, pop a few bingo balls or something on it.
Sponsored by Gala.
Yeah, not that one. Here we go. Steve's very politely reminding us. He said, "I said they could have an airline for slightly chunky ladies and called it Bingo Wings." That is what he said long ago. But yes, yeah, no, very good. That's what Jack was trying to remember. An airline, of course, that has since gone bankrupt as well and left the skies. It's one of those things where it's like you open up like a word, like Microsoft Word or something, and that's like the default font for Microsoft Word. Is it immediately goes onto Comic Sans, and they've just gone, yeah, that'll do. Rather than like actually searching for a font, it's like, oh, open up Microsoft Word. Oh, I like that font. What's that? Comic Sans. Oh, we'll use it. But yeah, it's the stripes on the tail. Not entirely sure. There are some bingo comments coming in, such as Jim says, if the flight is full, is it a full house? Max was asking, ain't Bingo a UK airline? No, I believe they were Polish.
Ain't it time for bed yet, Max?
It's about to be. So we've got Jack's choice of Bingo. Now, Gemma's description for this next one was, I thought, absolutely perfect. So I want you to use it when describing this next one, Gemma. Here is your
I
choice.
can't remember which description I put. So it's...
Yeah, here we go. It is MyJet Express, an airline I did not think existed. Never heard of it in my life. However, the way you've described it is absolute genius.
there were two descriptions, and I can't remember which one I've put, so I'm going to say them both. So it's either the poor man's KLM,
yep,
or if you got the KLM livery off Wish.
The one you used it's like a poor man's version of the KLM Pride livery.
Yes.
Which it kind of is.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, just as soon as I saw it just reminded me of that, and it's like it just seems to be a complete just rip-off.
Yeah, I can see it with the choice of colours. Again, just it's one of those more like really obscure airlines.
Yeah, it's not really blended in well either. It just stops and then like the orange stops and then starts with the blue. It's not blended in well at all, and then the orange on top of the blue as well. It's like sends your eyes a bit boggly. You stare at that for too long.
Yes, it's an interesting color scheme going on there as well. It's almost like you've cut two planes and put them together. Like the front end of the original blue plane has gone missing, so we've gone for an orange one from TNT or something. But yeah, some interesting choices for this one. So let's get it ready to go in there. And here we go for round 3. Who is going to win this one? So let's have a walk through some of the comments, starting with Jack's choice of bingo. Quite a few options opinions for this one. Let's have a look. Lee Class says this one was painted at Southend. Ian Hartley says it might not look the best, but for marketing, it's a winner. And also, David Bowen says Bingo Wings, Bingo Airways, should have really had the BAC 1 legs 11. Very good. Very good. Then for Gemma's choice, which was this one, the MyJet Express, the way to go. Mark says, not the way to go. Then we have Susie Stealth says, looks like 2 planes stuck together. I like the blue. I like the orange. I like the orange color, but I don't agree with the fact that it just stops and then changes. It's very strange. Kev says, looks like a bad Photoshop job.
I mean, it's the fact that the arrows just go pointing to the way of yeah, no, it's like, yeah, I fucking know that I'm going that way, don't I?
Jack, I'm not sure that's why they're on there. Wayne says, good livery for a cargo airline, though does what it says on the tin. Pretty much like Ronsil. David says, it looks like there's been a lot of effort gone into it for a shit result, like decorating a Christmas tree. And Ian comes out with Jack wins that one. Well, we'll see in a second for this one who wins this particular round.
Actually, you know what? If we had Photoshop, we could change the name to MaxJet Express.
You're not doing yourselves any favors here, Jack. You're getting people to vote for it.
No, I'm not.
All right, let's end that particular poll, and round 3 has gone to Gemma.
Oh.
Clean sweep so far, 3 points to 0.
Oh, Jackie, you're not doing too well.
Jackie, it's called an absolute ass whooping, Jackie. Maybe we need a bit of an interval.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Okay, right, here we go again for round 4 of the game. And we're going to go for Jack first. There's maybe another controversial one. Thing is, Jack has over the time when we've done Battle of the Liveries voted for or picked rather airlines that have had body parts in them. For example, not so much body parts, but I mean technically close enough, such as Sports Illustrated by Southwest. There's another airline as well that I can't remember what it was that had some sort of like woman stuff to do with it. Anyway, Jack's gone down the same route. It's Air. This time adorning the 737-200, short-lived airline. They also played a April Fool's joke to say they were coming back to the skies. They are not. Why'd you pick this one?
I mean, you got to get a hoot out of something, ain't you? But yeah, I mean, I just thought liveries wise, but I do love the aircraft.
So you picked it because you like the aircraft. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, interesting choice. Again, it's that orange color as well, with the owl who has the eyes popping for some reason.
Well,
Gemma,
better
what
than
do you make
Smash.
of the choice here?
I don't know. Overall, I don't think it's that bad. Like colour wise. Obviously, the owl with the big eyes is obviously guessing that's symbolising something else.
It certainly is, yes.
Yeah, but if you sort of just like ignore that bit and ignore the text on it, overall it don't look too bad.
Yeah, Hooters was named not after the owl, but but yes, it's an interesting choice. But we'll see what that's about to go up against, as Gemma's choice is now on your screens. Batik Air from Indonesia. You in particular suggested the one with the credit cards at the front. I've tried reading them. Don't worry, I can't see them. Otherwise, we'd be having an absolute hoot. But you've picked this one, Gemma. Why'd you pick it?
Because I think every little aspect of it just looks completely random. I'm guessing it's advertising like some sort of like local bank to earn. I think it just seems a bit bizarre having credit cards. Then you've got some sort of what looks like some sort of landscape, and then I don't know, somebody's either carpet or fancy curtains or something on tail.
I don't mind the tail so much.
It kind of reminded me sort of like the British Airways ones.
I see it now.
But then if like with the rest of it, you know, it just looks a bit too much.
Mark says, "How dare they rip off the cream egg wrapper on the tail?"
I never noticed that.
It's an interesting one. Kev says that tail is similar to one of Jack's dinner table carpets. Oh dear, like that. Yeah, I would imagine it's to do with a bank. Couldn't tell you what though, unless it's to do with. I think is it the. I mean, judging by the top of the black credit card, it's got BNI. I'm assuming that car too, BNI, is something to do with an advert or something. For I suppose that's a bank, is it? BNI. Someone will probably Google it or something, and then they can let us know. So that's what I'm going with. But yeah, I mean, is it offensive? I don't think it is, but I'm not voting, so it'll be interesting. Jack, what do you think?
I mean, I'm looking at the credit card on the side, and I think is that Wayne's been strapped onto the side of the fuselage, or
You say Wayne?
yeah.
What's Wayne got to do with it?
Well, I mean, he forks out money like no tomorrow.
Well, what's Wayne got to do with the? Okay, very interesting. Okay, I mean, sure, why not? Mark, thank you for Googling or doing something to tell us what that was. Bank Negara, Indonesia, apparently. So there you go. So here are your choices. Jack, who doesn't like Hooters. And Gemma, who doesn't like credit cards. Although, in the words of Rob, nor does Jack because he's a tight git. Also, seeing as it's a new month, I'm just about to drop 5 memberships into the chat. So here we go. Thank you to me. I'm about to drop 5 in there. There we go. If you get yours, happy days. Well done to you. There you go. 5 memberships. The beauty of doing the YouTube side of things now is I get to gift 10 memberships a month for free, for absolutely nothing. So yes, there you go, 5 memberships. So let's get the poll up there for round 4. Steve says Jack still has a Velcro wallet on his chain. So Jack had Hooters. And Gemma had Batic. There we go. Right, here we go. Round 4. No need to thank me. You can thank YouTube for allowing me to do that. But if you got the membership out of that, you are more than welcome. Let's go through some of the comments then while the poll is up. Let's go for Hooters. And let's see what people put about it. Wayne says normal Sunday service has resumed. Jack getting his ass kicked. Max says
my Arsenal, but I wouldn't dare.
Max says like the owl on the tail.
You're getting a hoot out of that, Max.
Don't think he gets the premises behind the owl, but okay. Susie Stealth says I like that. Apart from the owl, why is it so creepy? Ian says Jack has been sat thinking of the hoot gag all day. Phil, hello to you, says whoever painted that dropped a bit of a boob. Then we move on to the Batic livery just now. There we go. With Kev simply coming out with, geez, Gem, what the hell is this? And there is the comment from Rob Brown, says perfect airline for Jack, well versed in being a right tit. I just thought like tight git, but fair enough. Oh no. Oh Jim, no. Oh Jim. So Jim's taken the this livery here. I've moved it off the screen now. The last one we had, the MyJet Express. And he's put Max Jet over it.
No.
Max Jet Express.
No.
Jim wins. Jim wins the round. Let's have a look here. So other comments were Lee Class, too much going on. Wayne says looks like an Indian restaurant tablecloth on the tail, aka Jack's dining room. Susie Stealth can't think of anything nice to say about this one. Phil says this is what happens when you let the apprentice loose with a spray gun. Also, not the only one to say it reminds of a bit of the BA World Tale. Ian thinks the same thing as well. I'm thinking if I was to pick one, I'd probably go with maybe the Indian one. That would probably be my guess. And then because Wayne got dragged into it, Jack says, what the fuck, Wayne? How am I being dragged into this? Take a seat as your ass is getting kicked.
No, not up the Arsenal. I hope they lose again.
And also hello to Farang Travels, who has joined us this evening as well. Okie dokie, artichoke. Let's have a look and see. Oh. Let's end the poll. Someone call the janitor because it's going to be a clean sweep. 4-0. Gemma takes that one. 65% of the votes. Jack, 35%. We've not had a clean sweep yet.
You've still got time, Jack. Don't worry.
Yeah, we've not had a proper clean sweep where it's been a 10-0, but we're well on the way to a 10-0. Right, here we go then. So round 5 could be. I mean, this is an interesting one. Jack to go first for round 5, and it is Flare Air. And the 737-400. Jack, why did you pick this one? Actually, before you go anywhere close to that, tell us all about Flare Air, please.
I know they operate 737. No, not. Actually, yeah, it is a 737. But I don't know anything else about it, really.
And Ric Flair has nothing to do with it. So now you've told us all about the airline. Why'd you pick the livery?
It looks so basic. I mean, on top, and you've got the logo and all that. I mean, but it is one of the most basic aircraft I've ever seen.
Oh, I don't know who's worse at this Photoshop stuff. Ian back in the day, or now David.
Oh, that's funny.
Gemma's seen it. I will bring it up on the screen. I don't know if I actually want to, but I'm going to. This is why. I mean, David, you really need to get out more. Yeah. Oh, David, you need to get out more. Oh, dearie me.
Jesus
There you
Christ.
go. And the question that Gemma asked was why Jack's got bigger boobs. Dearie me. Anyway, back to Flair. Oh dear, everyone's loving it in the chat, by the way. Oh dear. Gemma, what do you make of Jack's pick here? Apart from the fact his tits are bigger.
It's, I don't know. It's not. It sort of looks a bit. It sort of looks like a bit like a UPS, obviously with the black tail. There's not really much to say about it. Really, it's definitely. I'd definitely say it's not got much flair.
It's like looking at Gillingham Football Club. It's shit.
Hey, there we go. It's a football reference. Get in there. By the way, how did they do this weekend? By the way, they lost again. I don't think they've actually won a game since Max has taken, declared his love for them, like he's supported them his whole life for about 2 weeks. I don't think they've actually won a game yet. They lost 1-0 to Bradford at the weekend. So interesting choice for this one, Flair. We'll go from Ric Flair to I don't know if Sarah's watching in the background. I won't bring her into this one. However, Jack's Love Honeys collection often needs some of these Duracell batteries. It is the Duracell livery on the C-130 Hercules, which I did not know existed, but apparently it does, and it's also available for the flight sim. But I'm not doing it because the C-130 only has the external view, not the internal view. But Duracell promotional livery on the C-130 Hercules. Tell us all about it.
Yeah, it's not something you'd expect to see every day. Is that? I mean, if you say you woke up first thing in the morning, you're off to work, you've not had your first cup of coffee or whatever, and you see that flying in the sky, you're going to probably think you're hallucinating or something.
Yes, this is when it came up on the list originally when you showed me, I was like, "What do you mean Duracell livery thingy?" I was like, "I don't think I've ever heard of this." So then when I searched up this evening, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." The amount of jokes that are coming from this are probably going to be quite incredible. But yeah. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't know what to make of it. I don't know what it would fit in. But
I just saw it and thought, yep, that's definitely got to go on my list.
Yes. Jack, I heard your mum's quite familiar with Duracell batteries. I'll take that back. What do you make of the delivery here on the C-130?
I mean, anyone with a love honey toilet, they'll be in their fucking element right now with this. Power up the rabbit and you'll be fine.
Oh, Jack.
Nice. Oh, dear.
Poor rabbit. Might as well get the jokes in now, everybody. Anyway, David says, imagine the amount of time Wayne would waste going out to charge it up. Goodness me. It's interesting. It's really interesting. I've got no other words for it because I again did not know this existed.
I mean, Dara said
Oh, I
the
can't
nose,
read
the
that.
nose
I'm not
level
entirely
would
sure I
be-
can even read that one out. Like, do I risk it? Do I risk it and read out what Steve's put? Yeah, everyone, you can all read it. I'm not going to read it out.
yeah.
That's quite deep. That's also what she said. So Jack with flare and Gemma with batteries. Okay, here we go with round 5. You've got Jack with flare or Gemma with the Duracell C130. Anyway, so let's have a look at some of the comments that people have put here for Jack's pick of flare. We can. David, after the picture of what he put up there, says this is what happens when you've got a tag. Lots of people going up the Bradford, hashtag up the Bradford. Wayne also going hashtag up the Bradford. Bradford. Kev says is that to do with the Duracell one? I think this is to do with the Duracell one. So let's bring that one back up. That's cool. I love that, says Kev. Phil says Gillingham have a football team, laughing emoji. They do. They're not very good. Brandon's in the chat, says evening all. Thanks for the gift. You are more than welcome. That was me. Mark says hate to think about the extra charges on that thing. Jim says, did the same folks paint this that did the Flyjet Express? Susie Stealth says, I don't like the windows though. Never mind the livery. Yeah, they're not painted on. Wayne says, it looks like an adult toy with propellers. I mean, I don't know what adult toys you're using.
Jesus.
I don't think I'd be having propellers on mine. Though batteries will come in handy. Phil says, toys for tots on a military plane. Are they playing war games? That's what the red things is there. It says toys for tots. Gail says, note to Jack, put the beers down. Michael Painter says, advertising something, the shape of something to use them in the bedroom. Max has gone to sleep for the 5th time already this evening. And William Omerod says, hello from Sri Lanka. Says, flew here on the Sri Lankan A330. So hello to you. Welcome back. Welcome, rather. Welcome from Sri Lanka. Cool. Happy days. Right. For the wrestling fans among us, there's a particular commentator called Jim Ross who once said, you talk about an ass whooping. 5-0.
Hey.
Gemma with Duracell, 76% of the vote. Jack, 24.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You talk about an ass whooping. It's on its way. Right. Right. So Jack needs this next one in order to stay in the game. Otherwise, it is the earliest that we have had a winner. So let's see what Jack's gone for round 6. He's gone for Go Air of India, which are no longer around. They've been recently placed into bankruptcy. Tell us all about it.
I mean, it looks like a knockoff blinking. Sorry, it's really Ryanair fans, but it does look like a knockoff of Ryanair Dasher. It is. Why? I mean,
So I'm just curious, like, how's the daytime drinking doing? Well, is it doing well for you, or? I'm curious to know where the Ryanair connection comes into it.
I mean,
Yeah, I think I'm as confused as you are.
Yeah.
With that one.
This is why, normal people don't drink during the day, Jack. But okay, I mean, apart from the Ryanair sort of thing, any other sort of reasons why you picked it for the worst one?
I mean, it's kind of like if you had to rate it on like Indian cuisine, it'd be like either a korma or a vindaloo, and this is just straight up.
Well, that's
korma.
two different ends of the spectrum there, Jack.
You can't get any much.
I'm just going to take that off
there.
screen for a sec because there's no doubt this will make the end of the year highlights as well. So you think this airline here, if it was an Indian cuisine, would be either a korma or a vindaloo?
Well, it's korma for that reason.
Oh, it's okay. So because I was just thinking like on the range of like how you were rating deliveries, whether it's a korma or whether it's a vindaloo. I'm assuming you know the difference between the two, yeah?
I mean, that wouldn't blow up my backside.
What, a korma? Brandon, clip this one, Brandon. Wayne says, Jack, AA meetings tomorrow, 10 a.m. Brandon, put this in at the end of the year. Korma's going to blow his ass, apparently. You want to try a vindaloo, son? Anyway, let's go back to your choice of Go Air. Gemma, what did you think about this one?
Yeah, I think it's all right. It's not really.
I don't think it's offensive, really.
No, there's not really anything I can really pick out that might be bad about it. I mean, the white looks clean. You know, the blue, it's a completely different shade to a Ryanair blue.
That really fills me with fucking confidence.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's not really anything offensive.
Nope.
Here we go. So Kev says this coming from a boy who thinks southern fried chicken is spicy. And Ian, who says there is enough shite spewing out of your gobjack, never mind your ass. Rob says, when is Jack going to pick a shite livery? Asking for a friend. Well, let's see what it's going up against because Jack really does need the points. This is Gemma's. This is the privileged style. 777 200 ER. Why'd you pick this one?
I think with the name of privileged style, you might think they'd have a livery that'd match, that might also have a bit of style. Because it just looks a little bit boring.
Okay. A lot of people have compared this before to the old Britannia livery.
Yeah, I can see that.
Jack, your thoughts?
I mean, I gotta admit, I do quite like that livery a lot. I mean, 777 ER as well. I mean, it's beautiful. Picture could do a lot better though.
It definitely strikes of old Britannia.
Britannia.
No, old Britannia, not Royal Britannia. Brandon. But yeah, I mean, so two liveries that aren't highly offensive, but according to Gemma and Jack, they are. So Jack went for the Korma / Vindaloo of the airline industry with Go Air.
Could be worse, could have been wanker again, okay.
What you do in your spare time, Jack, is entirely up to you. And Gemma went for privileged style.
Oh, for fuck's sake, get off the fucking...
Round 6, here we go. Which one is worse, Go Air or privilege, please? As we go through some of the comments here, lots of people not agreeing with you, Gemma, saying, Wayne says, what, Gemma, are you off your seat?
It might actually be 6-1 for fucking...
Kev says, we are all going to vote for Gemma no matter what, just for the clean sweep. I'd rather you didn't rig it like that. Try and keep it as true as possible, but again, can't be helped in that case. So that's fine. Carl Crawford says getting the 80s stripe vibe off of that one. Ian says that's a class livery for the privilege one. Gail is also a fan of it. She likes that one too. Do I? Even though I can physically see it, do I? Do I ask the question? I'm going to. Max says, question for Gemma. Is that Virgin Atlantic 747 behind you?
What, behind me?
Yeah.
One of them is, yeah.
Not the real thing.
Obviously not, because it'd be a bit big.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm assuming he's seen it. He knows it is. Questioned it anyway.
Yeah, it's going straight to Chicago right now, Max.
Yes. Real world ops, don't you know? Michael Painter says, privilege always reminds me of waiting by Arrecife Airport for the 7 o'clock Dublin flight, and nothing much wrong with that livery. Could have done with a logo or something on the tail. I assume. What we got now? So how long? Could do it for another minute or two. Make sure you do get the votes in if you haven't done already. And of course, if you are enjoying the stream and you haven't done already, do feel free to smash the like button. It helps us out quite immensely. Mark says straight to Chicago. Should be there in about 56 hours, Max. Max says, I thought it looked like an A340.
No.
Maybe. I'll give him the benefit of a doubt on this one. Maybe, but it's definitely a 747. We'll end the poll shortly. Carl's doing the countdown. Boom. Otherwise, we'll end the poll now, and the points go to no clean sweep. Jack gets his first point of the evening. It's like watching England versus Germany. It's 5-1.
I was going to say it's Gillingham versus anyone, but no.
No, you could say it's Harrogate versus Gillingham, because Harrogate beat Gillingham 5-1 last weekend.
Yes.
Or whenever it was. So close enough. Phil says there is an A340 there.
There is. It's there.
There you go. Gail says hashtag shots fired. Pew pew. Little insider joke there.
Speaking of models, does the aircraft model store do the Etihad and the F1 livery?
Very good question. I'll get Wayne on it, and he will provide us the information in the chat. We're going to take a 2-minute break. Gemma will disappear quickly. Whilst Gemma disappears, let's play something that is absolutely wonderful.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to your flight to Palma. I'll be your air hostess today. My name is Jackie, and welcome to Palma, everyone. Just a bit of a safety demonstration. I'd like to show you where the exits are. They are here and here. No smoking is permitted on this flight, please. Please also put all luggage in the baggage compartment, please. Please put your seatbelts on and fasten all your seats, please. And enjoy the flight to Malaga.
It's amazing how you can do a safety demonstration and say that your plane is going to 2 different locations, Jack.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, Jackie, I think you fucked up, Jackie. Well, there you go. Nightmare-inducing stuff. But you are obviously more than welcome.
I got to admit though, if there is a livery that I want to get in model form, it'd be the 737 AKS in the it'd be the Sun Express in the Eintracht Frankfurt.
Eintracht Frankfurt, yes.
Very
German
nice
football
livery.
team. Anyway, lots of people laughing at that one. Gail says, anyone wanting to bet on the Grand National? There is a horse called I Am Maximus. I'm putting a fiver on just for shits and gigs. Phil says, if I got on a flight and was confronted with that, I would get off immediately. As in off the plane, or are we all about getting off completely? Okay. Steve says they could honestly use that in schools for sex education. No one is getting the job done after seeing that. I really should read these, but I accidentally clicked on it, so I thought I'll go with it. But oh dear, never mind. I like that. Kev says, fasten your seatbelts. Fasten your seats. Are they not already bolted down? Are we flying on a Boeing?
Jesus.
Deary me. Deary me. Lots of people having nightmares tonight, and Michael Painter's choking on his beer. So a successful Sunday, everybody. Happy days. Lee Class gifting 1 membership there. Thank you so much, Lee. Going to Steve. Welcome back to the Members Lounge. Appreciate the support, and thank you to Lee as well for gifting one of the Members Lounge memberships. Right, let's crack on then for round 7. And things are about to get fucking tasty as we move into this one. I've seen this one on a video of recent times, and I imagine that's not why it's been picked, but there's a theme going on here. Here's Gemma's choice. It is the Super... Oh, God, I should have picked a really good picture there. Super something. What is it?
Super Air Jet.
Super Air Jet. There we go. A320, which is a brand new Indonesian airline, which, of course, channel... friend of the channel, Noel Phillips, was on recently as well. Why'd you pick it?
Well, firstly, because I did actually see it on one of Noel Phillips' videos, and I thought, yeah, that's not brilliant. And yeah, the liveries, to say they're called Super Air Jet, they don't really seem to be anything super about it.
Oof, play on words, I like it. It's an interesting choice of colour. It's not often you see many airlines with this colour. I can't think off the top of my head. It's like a sandy colour, if anything. I mean, I'll tell you what it gives me vibes of. If you turn that sandy colour into red, it looks very Air Mauritius-y.
Yeah, it does. So I'll just stick my drink out reading Ian's comment there.
Hang on. Yep, I see it. But yeah, not at least there's a bit of color, even if it's not the greatest color to choose. But yeah, an interesting choice. Jack, your thoughts on the fact that this looks like your Korma?
I mean, it is a bit basic, but if it is super air, you'd be thinking something like much or medium, or something like I mean, this is just basic. I mean, it's terrible.
So some of the comments are quite brilliant, and then you see Rob Brown pop up with, "I think I pebble dashed the porcelain with something similar the night after a Vindaloo." Oh, Rob, never change. Never change.
Oh dear. That's highlight at night, that one.
Comment of the night, I think I pebble dashed the porcelain with something similar the night after a Vindaloo. Hashtag angry jock. Right, so Gemma's picked this one from Indonesia. Jack's gone for an interesting one from the other side of the world. Conviasa of Venezuela. On the Embraer 190. Jack, why'd you pick it?
I mean, they got the con bit right. It's fucking basic for it. I mean, you're expecting like that the orange to be well on the fuselage and that, but it is just nah.
See, now I don't think it's massively. I don't think it's massively offensive. It's kind of been their livery for a while. It's looked pretty decent on the A340s that they had as well. But yeah, again, not hugely offensive. But again, I guess personal preference and all that. Gemma, what do you think?
I'm actually quite surprised to see this because it looks, if you squint, it looks very, very similar to an EasyJet livery.
Now that's harsh.
It looks like a very similar orange.
I don't think it is harsh. I think
the
that's pretty much
EasyJet
spot on
the body. So if Tom puts this one on one of the quiz questions when it's blurred, maybe if it was on like an A320 or something,
Yep.
you could very easily confuse it with an EasyJet.
I mean, you probably could. Again, like you say, if you squint.
Sorry, Jack.
That's okay.
So if you squint, and I'm surprised again, like you say, Jack picked it because his love of EasyJet. I thought this would be right up there, but obviously not. Yeah, gonna be an interesting choice. God, hang on.
I'll tell you one thing, that picture is really, really good. I mean,
it is a really good photo, that one.
Again, like if you squint, it's like an old EasyJet taken off from like Spain or something. Kind of gives off that kind of vibe. Can't think where, but it would be that kind of vibe. Just give me a second. I'm just forwarding a picture so I can save it. Cool. Okay. Oh dear. Right. So, where are we at? There we go. So we've had Gemma's choice of Super Air Jet or Jack's choice of the knockoff EasyJet.
I'm wondering if that Embraer is the short takeoff distance,
What,
or is
STD?
it the extra long range?
STD. Could be an STD version. Right, there we go. Okay, right, round 7 in the chat. Here we go. Right, there we go. So let's have a look and see what people think about this one. Mark says super smashing great airlines for the Super Air Jet. Dom says that it was the same color as a prescription hearing aid, which actually is very true. Carl says Mushroom Airways. Martin Waldridge, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. Says plane looks suntanned with white bits after the pilot took its mankini off. Very good. Mark went con Viagra. Viasa, not Viagra. Jim going along the lines with the original EasyJet style vibes. Max, for some reason, wishes EasyJet had Embraers. I don't know why they would.
How would that work? Considering it they go to about so many destinations. I mean, You've got the A319s for that. You haven't.
Wayne says same shade of orange as Jack's kitchen. Oh no, sorry, same shade of orange Jack's kitchen has often when it's up in flames.
I'll Wayne go play with your oil filter.
Just going to read out the mini story here. Max says, "Can you imagine Chatham having an airport?" To which Jim replies, "Can you imagine Max having a timeout?" Oh wait, so goodbye for the 6th time this evening.
Got to be a record, that now, surely.
Oh,
It's for you.
I don't know how many we're on now, but someone will be able to find the stat to say how many times he's been timed out since he's had that account in January. So in 3 months, I imagine it's been about 130 times.
Instead of a rage counter, we need a max timeout counter.
We need something. Right, we'll end the poll there because it is a clean sweep for this one. Gemma takes a 6-1 lead, which means Gemma will retain the title. Because Jack now cannot come back. As we move.
The song.
Yeah, Jackie did not do well. But that is absolutely fine. It could be worse. Right, round 8, and then we've got a couple more rounds to go after this one, but we'll do this just for the shits and gigs. Here comes Jack with his choice. Bearing in mind, I couldn't find a decent picture of this one, and the only one I could find was of an NG Models model. Sorry, Kev. Also, just very quickly, Jim says, so Jack's kitchen looks like one of Wayne's buses. Hashtag shots fired. So Jack's choice is Nok Air with the 737-800 from Thailand. Why'd you pick it?
I mean, to be honest, this livery actually reminds me of Finding Nemo, the movie, with the clownfish.
Yeah, good choice. I'm assuming you're not a fan of Finding Nemo then.
Oh, it was a really, really good film, actually.
So apart from it looking like a clownfish,
I mean,
what's any other reason why you picked it?
not knocking. I mean, the name of it just sounds like you're knocking someone out. Knock it, or knocking something out. That's potential.
You say something about knocking something out?
No.
I'm so confused. I'm really confused. Okay, Gemma, what are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's definitely an unusual one. I do quite like the front end. It's got like either a duck or a bird, whatever. But yeah, it does look. If you just looked at the body, you would think it was like clownfish. But to choose it as a worse livery when you like it, the film that it reminds you of, not so sure.
I don't mind it so much. It has got that Finding Nemo vibe.
Yeah. You definitely wouldn't miss it anyway, would you?
You wouldn't.
Oh yeah, you okay?
You wouldn't. You certainly wouldn't miss it. It's a nice shade of orange. I quite like that. Yeah, we'll just let that one say. Let that one know.
Fuck's sake, David.
Yes, let's. I'll save that for the poll. Here's Gemma's choice. Again, we've had this one before. Jack, you'll recognise this one.
Oh.
Kalula and the 737-400 with the Europe car livery. This was obviously painted, I believe, during the 2010 World Cup, purely for the Vuvuzela that's on the thing. What an annoying thing that was. Gemma, why'd you pick it?
Yeah, because it's when I first saw it, the thing that drew me to it was thinking, since when have Europe car had an airline? Because that's the first thing you see. You don't see the Kalula on the tail.
Yeah.
You just think, oh, it's Europe Car Airlines. You know, and it's a bit overpowering, I think.
Again, I mean, not a hugely highly offensive one. for this one. But again, it's easy to get confused, especially on the engines there as well. It's got the website for Europe Car.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know who Europe Car was, and you tried to book a flight with them, you'd be sorely disappointed when you're looking at cars. But yes, an interesting choice. Jack, over to you.
I mean, that movie said reminds me of that Lee Evans. I mean,
Hang on. Do tell.
Oh my god. So he was going on about the football and the World Cup, and he was like, he did the Boo Taylor sound like fuck off.
You and your Lee Evans stuff, honestly.
Oh, best, can't be him.
Right, let's get the poll going here for round 8. Again, this is all for shits and gigs. I nearly wrote shit and gigs in the poll.
To be fair, the Europe Car livery does look so much better on the which I'm praying. NG models, if you are listening, please, for the love of Jesus, do the EasyJet with the Europe Car livery.
I don't think. Do they have an A3? Oh, they do have an A320 mold. So yes, might be one out there. Right, here we go. Round 8 in the chat. Let's go through some of the comments there. We'll go for David's one immediately. He says, I'm sure they have been bought by the founders of Hooters and are being rebranded as Knockers Air. Rob Brown says, almost looks like a snake skin. I didn't realize STD had an airline.
Oh, no.
Shots fired. Susie Stealth says, why is it Nemo with a bird beak? Jack, don't worry, you'll be getting a vote from Wayne because he can't vote against NG models. Then we have Mark. It says EasyJet on Iron Brew.
Damn.
Mark also saying that looks nothing like a car. There is something there, but what am I missing? Hang on. There's something there that's not. What have I missed? Oh. Oh. I get it now. Okay, so Steve timed his brother out. And the reasoning was he chucked a ball at my nuts last week. We're even now. What a reason. I like that. Awesome. Yeah, I like that. Fair play. Fair play. Yeah, brotherly love, everybody.
Oh, on a quick side note, I've got to say this now, but to Welsh Kev, thank you for this because I know you've been saying to me for so long now. Get the fucking photos towards me now, but yeah, it's come along nicely now, sort of. Still don't send any more photos yet.
Ideal. Rob Brown says, do Europe Car have a desk at the Longstay car park in Dublin? Thank you. That was one time. One time. And Kev's still waiting, apparently. So now I wonder what you thanked him for. Right, let's end the poll again. You talk about an ass whooping. Stone cold. Gemma, 87% of the vote for that one. 13 for Jack.
Thank you, everybody.
Steve, please put that in the chat. He's just sent me a message of it. Please put that in the chat and I'll read it out. Oh, dear. I like that. Right. So Gemma moves on to 737. Gemma's already the holder of the sort of most points, and she has broken her own record here this evening. As we move on to round number 9. And we're going to go for Jack first with this one, which is Aerosur from Bolivia on the 737 at 300. Thoughts, Jack, please.
I mean, if that's meant to be a crocodile or so, well, I mean, it that is one cartoonish looking croc.
I've got to read it. Steve says Jack could never go to prison. He's got no chance of finishing his sentence. Hashtag shots fired, like that. That's only because Ian said spit it out, Jack. Very good. Very good. Again, not offensive. They were known, I don't think they're around still. They were known for their little jazzy liveries. One of the 747 is the one that stands out for me. But yes, so yeah, again, not highly offensive. It can be a bit quirky. Gemma, what do you think?
Yeah, it's not that bad. I think I'm more concerned of why they've attempted to draw a crocodile humping the letter A on the tail. Because that doesn't even look like a crocodile.
I didn't see that until just now.
Yeah, I saw it as soon as it come up, and I'm like, what on earth?
I now can't not look at it.
Yeah, it's not bad, I suppose.
Jim going for Aerosur, more famous for the 747 low fly pass. If you've not seen that on YouTube, it is on there. I believe it was a delivery flight, and they flew that thing quite low to the ground.
You might have to have a look at that later.
Yes, definitely. It's what they're more known for, really, as opposed to the liveries. No, don't put that one in there. Right, and story time with Gemma, because going up against Aerosur Crocodile is a whole bunch of Pokemon. Now, everyone get comfortable. Gemma's got a story to tell. Gemma, take it away.
Okay, so as a lot of you are aware, I went to Japan last year, and after booking my flight, I found that they were doing a special Pokemon livery, which was this one. And one of the flights it was doing was between London and Tokyo. So I was watching Flight Radar, trying to work out if I could figure out if it would be on one of the flights that I was doing. After I got a few weeks of flight history, it looked like there were a pattern. And I'm thinking, right, if it carries on with that pattern, I'm going to get to fly on it on my way to Tokyo. And I was really, really excited. And it turns out I didn't. And on the way back from Tokyo, I was obviously doing the same, thinking, right, am I going to get on it? Am I going to get on it? And I missed out by 1 day.
Ouch.
Yes.
So now you've got a gripe against it.
Yes.
It's one of those unfortunate things. I know we've always seen like a lot of people that tend to have their eyes set on the plane, and it goes, oh, here we go. Now I'm going to do it, and then all of a sudden it gets changed at the very last minute. The one I can think of the most is those that booked to go on the BA A380 for the short haul, and then got changed to an A320.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good. But yeah, not. I'm sure there are people that I think probably have this, a similar story to that sort of thing, but that will be the gripe that Gemma has against it. So, apart from that sort of thing, do you not like the livery, or?
Oh no, I love it.
It's just the story.
It's just the whole. Obviously, I'm like a massive Pokemon fan, and it's just like the story behind it.
Interesting. Okay, let's go for Jack. What do you make of the Pokemon livery here?
I got me. I quite like it, but to be fair, on the first two, that second Pokemon kind of looks like it's poking the other out the backside. So.
Oh, Jack, there's always one to lower the fucking tone.
What is?
You know what Pokemon is, right?
Yeah, it's a card game.
Just. Well, it's more than a card game.
And a TV show.
Yeah, don't search for it on any adult websites, will you? You won't find anything on there, Jack. Well, you might do, but I wouldn't know. Quick question for you, Gemma. Did you get noodles from a vending machine from Ian?
I didn't, but got literally just about anything else you could ever want out of a vending machine.
Just not noodles.
Just not noodles. No.
Wounded. There you go. There's your question answered, Ian. Also, a very quick hello to Lewis as well, coming to us from Luxembourg. I believe he's still there. But yes, welcome to you. Hope you're doing well. So, round 9 for shits and gigs. Into the chat right now. Jack with the crocodile, not quite Dundee, but Bolivia. Might be Dundee, I don't know. David might tell us. And Gemma with the ANA Pokemon livery because she didn't fly it. There you go. Let's have a look and see what people have put in the chat. Apart from that one there. Mark says for Jack's choice, snappy livery. Susie Stealth was a fan of the Aerosaur one as well. Talking of the fact that Jack couldn't go to prison because he couldn't finish his sentence. Mark says on the plus side, Jack would love the prison food. Quite the upgrade. Max is not a fan of Pokemon, to be honest. You're probably too young to know all about Pokemon and during its hype. Ian says, I'm no Pokemon fan like Max, but it won't stop me timing him out for not liking Pokemon. Jim says, Pokemon, how to get the passengers on a plane with a big cattle prod.
Very good.
David has asked, did you encounter one of the high-tech toilets like Apple's iBog?
They were everywhere.
Everywhere. I can't imagine what a high-tech toilet would be like.
Oh, you're missing out. That's all I'm going to say.
Very interesting. After the, it's weird. It's like the first thing that's come up on my Facebook. Jim has shared said video of the Aeros 747-300 low pass into the Departure Lounge community channel. If you're not part of that, search for it on Facebook. It is in there now. It is quite low. And quite something to watch. So, yeah, if you haven't seen it, you're a part of the group. It is in there thanks to Jim. Faring Travel says, Pokemon. Ian says, aye, high-tech bog up north has a working flush. Kev says, any toilet is high-tech compared to the outside ones you use down west, Tom.
Oh,
Cheers, Kev. I haven't used them all my life. I am from elsewhere as well. But thank you anyway. It's better than having to dig a hole in Wales. Right, let's get the poll ended here for this one, and I think it's pretty unanimous. The story wins.
okay.
Gemma makes it 8-1. This is an absolute ass whooping. As we go into, there's no point hanging around. We'll go into our final round of liveries here. We're going to go first off with Gemma for a livery that I didn't think actually was real, but it is, and it's probably a good thing Sarah's not watching because it is the Ryanair National Express livery. Why'd you pick it?
Yeah, I think similar to the Kalula Europe car one, it just looks like it's been stuck on. You can't actually see that it's, apart from the tail, it's actually a Ryanair plane. Again, if you see UK airport transfers, the advertising transferring, between airports in the UK, which Ryanair wouldn't usually do, apart from the odd few flights. Yeah, it's just a bit bizarre.
Jack, your thoughts?
Goddamn Ryanair, goddamn fucking bastards. I mean, it's classic Ryanair. I mean, yeah, they probably got fucking whiplash from this from the landing, so that makes it even better. But that livery, oh my fucking god, I just don't know what to think about that.
It's like a giant slapped-on sticker, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no real merging of the two sort of thing.
The trouble is, where the hell's the Ryanair market? I mean, I know it's on the fucking tail, but come on.
Well, I mean the winglets, but
yeah,
that's about it, really.
And I suppose you've got the landing gear. Whenever that doesn't drop off. I'm sorry, Ryanair. I do like you, but
Jack, I don't know what you're on about. So you got the Ryanair one from Gemma. Here is Jack's choice. We mentioned Gillingham Football Club earlier, and if you ever needed to wipe your ass with a t-shirt,
oh fucking hell,
we'll go for QPR. Why not? AirAsia, of course, promoting Queen's Park Rangers Football Club purely because Tony Fernandez, I think, is still the owner of QPR, and he owns AirAsia. Hence the two meshing together. Jack, apart from the fact it's QPR, why'd you pick it?
I mean, football liveries have got to be smart. I mean, I'm going by what I saw on Wednesday. So I saw the I checked Frankfurt livery, and that runs absolute rings around this. This is pure. Well, it's like Queen's Park Rangers. Yeah.
Well, again, Tony Fernandez is the owner of both AirAsia and QPR, famous, of course, for pumping a load of money into the football club and then get them relegated at the same time from the Premier League. Again, it's not massively offensive. I've seen football liveries, and some can be pretty good, some can be a bit daft. But one in particular that stands out is, as Jack said, the Sun Express Eintracht Frankfurt livery for the German football club. There's also I think there's one from Corendon, I think, that do Hull City, and that is like literally an orange plane. I'm trying to think now of other. You got obviously you've had stickers for like Man United on Aeroflot. You've had Arsenal on Emirates A380s. Funnily enough, not Bournemouth or Gillingham. I'm trying to think of literally anyone that can think of any football clubs that have had liveries on planes. Do chuck them in the chat. I'm just trying to think.
Manchester City and the 787.
Yeah, Man City with the 787.
I mean, Gail did just pointed out something to me. Actually, the tail fin actually reminds us of Condor with the stripes.
It does indeed. That is to represent the hoops on the shirt of QPR, as they're called, or as our nickname is, quite literally, the hoops. But yes, I've just said that Gillingham don't have an aeroplane livery, so if anyone wants to time out for the 7th time, that'd be ideal. In fact, you're all sleeping, so let's give them 10 minutes. I've added an extra 10 minutes onto whatever Jim's just given him. So. Gemma, your thoughts?
I just think it seems a bit bizarre that they're advertising a football club halfway around the world that probably most of the people that's going to see this livery haven't even heard of.
I think it's one of those ones where I think because he owns the airline, it's kind of like exposing the airline
Yeah.
to its to sort of the nation sort of thing. It's like, okay, so a bit of football knowledge. It's like when like the Japanese are very high and very hot on their football. When one of their like national players signs for a club, normally that club does quite well in the Asian market because one of their like darling boys of football has signed for that club. So it's the exposure to the market, basically, which I think is what he tried to do here with QPR. I don't think it worked because they're in financial trouble. But another one that Mark has put in there as well says Qatar had a Barcelona livery. They did indeed. I'm now also thinking Emirates had Real Madrid as well on their A380 as well, I think. But I'm literally trying to think of more.
I swear
Yeah,
Man
so
U had
it's
one.
one of those sort of things where, again, I just think he wanted to just put out there that he was also the owner of Queens Park Rangers, who are sort of struggling in the Championship at the minute. So, yes, places that Gillingham will never go. So for the final round, the two choices once again. It's a battle of the special liveries at the moment. We've got Ryanair with the UK airport transfers, even though they're an Irish airline.
Goddamn fucking bastards.
I also am fully aware that they are based in the UK as well, so no one come at me with that. And Jack with the QPR Air Asia livery, and for shits and gigs. Final round. Who takes it? Will it finish 9-1 or will it finish 8-2?
See if they made a special for West Ham, I'd fucking love that.
I don't think they want to waste their time personally. But there you go. Yeah, Real Madrid, Emirates up there as well. Michael Painter says, I can remember watching Rodney Marsh and Terry Venables playing for them many moons ago for QPR. And then there's some trash talk. Jim, even on the ground, that is higher than QPR ever managed. Wayne says, coming from a West Ham fan, Jack needs to go back to blowing bubbles. Hashtag shots fired.
Who do you support exactly? How far are you down on the leagues? Exactly.
Why, man? He's a Newcastle bastard.
Oh yeah.
He's not. He's a Darlow fan. Going back to the Ryanair stuff. Rob says, nice BAE 146 in the background. Just bring up that picture. You can see it just underneath the plane. To which point, Rob thought he'd be very funny and say, that's how Dublin Airport is supposed to look in a 146.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hashtag definitely shots fired. Lewis took offence to my West Ham comment and said, who got 2-2 instead of a 1-2 this weekend?
Oh.
Lewis, my response to you is, who's not surprised that we didn't win this weekend? I'll put my hands up and go, me. So, yes, there you go. Right, let's have a look here. And, okay. Well, I don't think I've seen a butt whooping quite like it. But Gemma takes it with the Ryanair, 62-37. Final scores, Gemma 9, Jack 1.
Well,
Cest fucking merde to you.
Jackie.
I don't know what to say to that.
You talk about an ass whooping. I'd say I'm stunned, but I don't know if the game's been played properly. I imagine it has been, but everyone's just picked sort of what they think is the worst, and Gemma's had the worst ones. So now Gemma's got to come back and pick out another 10.
Yeah. If this were bad, next one's going to be even worse.
We'll see what happens. But yeah, so Gemma 9, Jack 1. Jack on the end of an absolute arse kicking. But that is not the only time that Jack's on the end of an arse kicking. So yes, so it is that time where we go into what Jack has done this week with food. We set Jack a challenge last week to do fajitas, but instead he's done something else. We'll get on to that shortly. However, let's kick things off with health warning, please. Yes, don't worry. No food was harmed in the making of this section. And nobody was harmed either. I don't think. The only thing that was harmed was Jack's colon. Right.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Talking of colons. Jack, what is this
Wow.
supposed to be, please?
That is supposed to be a chicken korma.
is that
Oh.
before or after?
Is that before? I'm going to go with after. This, Funnily enough, the is the noise Jack made after eating it.
Tell you one thing, you think it was fast going down, Jesus Christ.
I don't think I've ever seen anything that colour before. Oh, that is a proper Sestmare moment. Goodness me. Let's go for it. Lewis says, someone get the Gaviscon. Carl going for, what the fuck is that? Kev also going along the same lines with, what the hell? Mark says, school caretaker has already applied the sawdust to Jack's supper. Lewis says, was the cat sick or is that Tom's aftermath of COVID? Thanks, dude. It would look better than that anyway. David says, now that indeed is worthy of a Sestmère.
Zut alors.
Zut alors.
Oh, Jackie.
Phil says, no high-tech Japanese toilet would cope with that. And Rob says, a pregnant woman's afterbirth.
Oh,
We're appealing. Fuck's sake.
oh God.
Oh. Mark says, maybe Jack was right to be nervous about Korma. Faring Travels is leaving us as well. I'm not surprised. I'd be leaving too, but I can't. I'm hosting it. So good night to you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Lewis also says, I believe they call that Pebble Dash. David says, Jack, I see you cleaned your iPad. That's new. Oh, I mean, yeah, I've not seen a korma that color before.
That was fucking little as well. Oh dear.
I don't need to say anything, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this before. Looks like one of my exes. I'm not telling you which one. So what? The thing I have a problem with this is what? Do you get full off of this? Like when you eat this, do you get full?
Well, I mean, after a gym session, it's just something to eat on the side, I guess.
Or is this like a pre-gym? No, was it post-gym snack?
Post-gym snack. Apart from
Do you hate yourself?
Sausage.
Do you hate yourself?
No.
Gemma?
At least cheese looks a bit melted and it don't look like it's been stuck in oven for an hour and a half. That's one.
Oh boy. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. That's kind of all I can give it.
At least the cheese has melted.
Well, I don't know what's melted more, the cheese or the butter that seems to be swimming next to it.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of overkill on butter.
If that's what your egg smelled like, I felt sorry for that.
Obsessed mad. Wayne says cheese sauce. Is this new? Oh, there's more to that, I think. Yes, there was. Here we go. Lewis says, Jack, have you ever been to a restaurant? Because let me tell you, you're missing out. David says that is the most intact potato Jack's kitchen has ever seen. Rob just says nice plate. Dom says that looks like the egg in the Alien movie. Mark says still eating off grandma's plates, I see. Good old Doris. Well,
From that, we go to.
don't get any. Well, this is the challenge we set Jack for fajitas. Now, Gemma, when I say a fajita to you, just describe for everyone. I know everyone knows what it is, but just describe what a fajita is.
I'd say it was a big tortilla wrap with chicken, peppers, bit of spices.
Yeah, chicken, spices, peppers. Now, tortilla wrap is a little different to what Jack chose here because they didn't have any, so we let him off for that. So I would like you, Gemma, to tell me what the fuck is wrong with this.
That's a blue taco shell. And it's one of them. It's one of them awful ones where you. No, is that one? Is that one of the soft ones?
Yeah.
And where's like your chicken and your sauce and your peppers and your onion and whatever else you put in it?
I mean, the weird thing is, it was the smoky barbecue one as well. I thought it wasn't going to be spicy, but fuck, after that.
No, you don't want your smoky barbecue. You've got to go for your proper fajita original seasoning thing.
My ass can't handle that for dead sure. I mean, I'm down with spices here. I can't.
I'll send you some photos or something next couple
Yeah.
proper ones.
We have severely offended Jessica. She says, I'm off. This is making me feel sick. Some of us, I include myself and Jack in this, shouldn't attempt cooking. See everyone soon. Sorry, Jessica. Wayne's on tomorrow with the buses. It'll be fine.
Oh, what? Another crash bus in the I-95?
Jack, I really wouldn't trash talk while this is on the screen.
For all the shit he's put me.
So we set Jack the challenge of making a fajita. He came back to us with a taco shell. So yeah, we're gonna set him another challenge for the week. So he failed this one. In fact, I had mentioned that we are going to do a forfeit when Jack fails. So I'd like forfeit suggestions, please, for Jack who failed the challenge, and then during the week we will set him another one to do during the week. So yes, get your suggestions in then for Jack's forfeit. This is quite interesting. So Mark says the base is from an undercooked steak pie. David says, can we quickly see his last one and tell me if you agree that Jack has managed to make his dinner into a bear's head? Is it this one? Oh, he has! I can see it. I can see the bear's head. If you look, yeah, it's a side-on bear's head.
Yeah.
I can totally see it. I can totally see it. That is amazing. I can totally see it. For some suggestions, Dom has said to eat some wasabi.
Oh.
Carl says, "Oh, toast and butter for your for your next challenge."
Oh, that's easy.
Lewis says, "Sing I'm a little teapot."
I'm a little teapot, sure.
No, you have to do a proper video of it. And Gail says, "Hot is chili."
Oh.
Not a chance.
We might get him on to do the challenge. We'll see. But yeah, okay. So we'll give you another round of we'll give you another suggestion at some point, I'm sure. From there, we may say in the chat if we've had it before.
Oh God.
Oh,
Oh. Tell us all about it, Jack.
That's the chicken sauce.
Chicken sauce.
No, pasta with a fucking
Pasta
ham.
sauce.
With I believe that's a chicken Kiev.
What do you mean you
I don't know,
believe
what?
the chicken
They
Kiev?
don't-
You bloody cooked it.
if you got to think about it, it's obviously not.
What is it?
It's either a chicken bit or a Kiev.
No, I think chicken Kiev's a bit more round because they've got all the garlic butter and thing inside, haven't they?
Well, let's try them. Something I ain't gonna say. I'm being good. I'm not being. Is it past 9 o'clock anyway? So, oh yes, it is.
Well, I can't read what David's put. I want to, but I can't. So, Dom says, I'd like some more food with my bland. I'm assuming Max has gone night-night again because Jim's put, Max is a little teapot, short and stout. Every time he opens his mouth, every time he opens his mouth, that comes out. Wayne says, dry. How dry does the pasta look, says Carl. Rob says pasta and sauce minus the fucking sauce. Mark says, is that an Icelandic volcano blowing its top?
Don't give up your day job, Jack. For fuck's sake.
You haven't got one, have you? Actually, you might as well not bother having one. Carl says, anyone see a green glow coming out of the pasta? No, that's supposed to be the broccoli, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rob says, can I have a plate of sand and pebbles? Moving away.
Oh.
Wow.
That's a lot of butter.
That is a lot of butter.
I mean, the only saving grace is that the kidney stone is cooked. I think this is I mean, it's an odd number of dippers to have. 6. And they look like they're actually cooked. So, I mean, credit to that. But it's the iPad warmer again that's melted the butter. It's Gemma.
Yeah, it's for me. The cheese just doesn't look melted enough to say that the potato looks a bit overdone.
Well,
You can see the skin that's actually peeling away from the actual potato itself.
Oh, you can look. I've just seen that as well. Yeah. Wow. We may have had this one, but for those that haven't seen it, now you've seen it.
Oh fuck! I didn't even realise that looked like that.
Just a very quick one. Rob says, Jack, you shouldn't play with your food. It looks like you created Chernobyl Reactor 4. And Dom says, did Jack put the butter on the outside?
Well, I mean, when you cook a jacket potato, you've got to pierce it, and then put a little bit of butter on it. Just on the outside, just gives it that goldeny colour.
Now cooking it gives it a golden colour.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I don't want to say nothing, but yeah, piercing it don't really do too much. It just stops it exploding, Jack.
and it kind of works.
It works now. You haven't exploded it. I mean, you've managed to get the skin peeling, but David says, "Is that a Jackie potato then?"
Oh, Jackie.
And Lewis says, "Jack, please don't guide us on cooking Jackie potatoes." Kev says, "Golden color, where?" And Wayne says, "Golden color." I say that's more barbecue color. It's all right though. We're leaving on a good note, I think.
Oh, sourdough pizza.
Why do the slices look uneven?
You know when you
The-
put clothing
the
in the wash and it tells you not to tumble dry it because it will shrink.
Yeah.
Fairly certain some of the slices shrank.
Yeah, it's the right side. It doesn't look like as much pizza as the left side. It looks like there's a gap.
Oh, it's also really triggering. Kev's pointed it out. There's 7 slices.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh fuck yeah, there is.
Yeah, he's cut the pizza into 7 slices. That's the only thing that's triggering me about it. Otherwise, I'd say that's quite edible. Unless I'm wrong. Someone tell me I'm wrong.
No, it definitely looks cooked.
I fucking love David. Jack's iPad must have a really greasy camera. I'll take the comment off. You can see where the camera is. And the poor pizza that's dripping over it.
Oh dear.
Carl says, "Why is it hanging off the plate like it's trying to escape?"
Well,
Oh, you can. You can. Jim says the top right slice, you can see where he's tried to slice it.
Oh yeah. You see the collection of grease.
Oh.
Oof.
Imagine wringing that out.
Mm.
What
Max,
says Jack's iPad now doubles as an oil refinery for all the grease it must catch.
Max, no, it's not that. It's your mum that cooks for me. Thank you.
Hey, there we go. Hashtag shots fired. Pow pow. Lewis says, "Oh no, that poor iPad. I feel sorry for the Genius Bar member who has to fix that iPad." Jack, they're the people that work at the Apple stores. Otherwise, edible. Not the worst thing. It's not that. What flavour is the pizza, please?
Margarita.
Margarita. Fair play. Gail says
Pizza
instead of
tomato,
chasing
that's
Doris
the
around the
thing.
supermarket, Jack will be chasing pizzas trying to escape his clutches.
Max. Cheese and tomato. That's the same sort of thing. Margarita pizza, cheese, tomato. No fucking difference.
I'm telling you, Jack's going to own his own restaurant one day. And there we go. That is the round of the Jack's Cooking School for another week, done and dusted in the record books. Happy days. So, just 2 that we're going to leave you on here for something that Jack can just about do, which is photography. Let them load, and then we'll go from there. First up, here we go.
Oh, what? That's delivery that I wanted to catch for absolutely ages. It's evaded me plenty of times at Southampton, but happily that Bristol came up with the goods. X-ray India Foxtrot.
Whoa.
Oh,
Whoa. What's the reg, Jack?
Oh, Echo Lima.
Yeah, Echo, not X-ray.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Bristol get that plenty of times. And have you seen it? You seen it, Tom, or not?
I've seen it many times.
yeah, I've seen it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Manchester.
I may have a picture of it somewhere. I don't know where, but I think I do.
But I mean, operate by Emerald Air as well. I mean, which that I said this to Tom, and call me a plane spotter or not, but I said I didn't realise Emerald Air was a British British airline.
Well, it's not, Jack. It's an Irish airline. Hence Aer Lingus Regional. But they have English
British Reg.
reg. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a picture of that particular one. However, I do have a picture of an ATR back when it was Aer Lingus Regional in the old style livery. Hang on. Probably not going to be as clear because I've had to take it off of Flickr. However, there you go.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do love it in that old livery. The new one's nice. Don't get me wrong, but that old livery is just stunning.
The other one to leave on. There you go. Eintracht Frankfurt.
Absolutely gorgeous that was.
Nice little surprise into Bristol. Recently started as well.
Not gonna lie, I did get sunburnt that day. Considering it was cloudy and rainy at the start, I got fucking burnt.
Can we just spare a thought, please, for Rob Brown, who says, wish me luck. I'm heading into enemy territory tomorrow. Hopefully no STDs will be acquired, although bottle of Domestos is on standby. We're thinking of you, Rob. Let us know you get there okay, and let us know you get back all right without scratch. There you go. Happy days. So some pictures from Jack from Bristol. Otherwise, we are good to get ourselves out of here. We'll do some quick shout outs, get some shout outs in the chat as well. We'll show them on screen as we do ours. We'll start with you, Gemma, to do a couple of shout outs.
Yep. So once again, thank you for having me on today. Thank you to everybody in the chat for voting for some of the horrendous liveries that I managed to come up with this time. Yeah, I think that's about it.
Happy days, Jack.
Right, no problem. So first of all, I want to shout out you two. Obviously, Gemma, congratulations on the win, and
Thank you.
Tom for everything that you've done for me, pushing me to get pushing me with YouTube and all that. I mean, 300 subs, I did not expect to get, but I'll keep doing what I'm doing. But to the chat as well, I've got to say, you guys have been amazing. Keep supporting us as you do, and we love you guys so much as well.
Happy days. Yeah, not too many from myself. Thank you to Gemma and Jack for joining me this evening on this one. It is quiz night next week. If you fancy it, let me know through social medias. I have a few people that are on already, but won't tell you that until some point during the week. What's that? Oh, I see it. 2 seconds. Yeah, so if you fancy it, let me know. Otherwise, Wayne's on tomorrow with a first-time map. Anyone want to guess?
Crash Bus Simulator.
London?
London. So we tested London in a little test stream, and it works.
And the
So
winner is London.
we're off to London tomorrow with Wayne and the buses. We tested it. It works. We're going to go for it, and hopefully it works still. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. I'm back properly on Tuesday with the flight sim once again. But until then, have a wonderful start to your week. I'm back at work tomorrow because I'm now negative. And other than that, have a wonderful Monday. We'll see you tomorrow for the buses, if not Tuesday for the flight sim. Now we're going to wave goodbye to everybody and get ourselves out of here. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and we'll see you tomorrow or Tuesday or whenever. Wave, everybody. Such an arsehole at times. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Taddy bye. Where's the right one I'm pressing here? Which one is it? Why have I lost it already? It's there. Bye.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me damage out of style.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Battle of the Liveries.